Welcome everyone to the In the Hole podcast sponsored by Club Champion Golf and 30-second golf lessons. I'm your host, Jeff Zurowitz, certified PGA in teaching and coaching, director of instruction for 30-second golf lessons. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the latest golf news or crispy golf instructional content. Today is April 4th, 2019, the week before Masters Week, and now Masters Week has morphed into a 2-week extravaganza. The Drive, Chip, and Putt Championship for the junior golfers out there. You now have the Augusta National Women's Amateur that's taking place on Saturday, April 6th, first of its kind tournament, as well as the Masters next week. So we're going to be covering those tournaments as well as the ladies' first major on the LPGA Tour, the ANA Inspiration, and then lastly, the Valero Texas Open for the men on the PGA Tour. Once again, this content is sponsored by 30-second golf lessons, but Club Champion. And Club Champion is a premier club fitter in the United States. I went to them because I knew I was going to get treated by a PGA professional, a certified club fitter that focuses only on club fitting. And so when I went there, first off, I was blown away by the aesthetics of the establishment. What I mean by that is when you walk in, all along the wall, you have every single shaft, club head, drivers, irons that you could think of. Every major manufacturer, they hold there and are at your disposal for club fitting and for demoing and trying. So that's on one side of the building or the wall. The other side is the technology where you're using TrackMan, which is radar technology, to give you every single aspect of your golf swing that you could ask for. What is your launch angle? What is your angle of attack? Your club head speed, the ball speed, the height of the ball flight. All those things go into building you the perfect golf club. Not to mention there's Sam Putting Labs, which is going to allow you to roll your rock online, make more putts, lower your score, and enjoy the game. Make sure you check out clubchampiongolf.com. Proud sponsors of the 30-second golf lessons and the In the Hole podcast. So let's start today's podcast with the juniors and the Drive, Chip, and Putt Championship. Hosted the National Championship at Augusta National. An outstanding chance for these juniors to get a taste of the big leagues. And let's read an article from drivechipandputt.com. And this is the field and what entails the championship. 80 junior golfers representing 27 states and 4 Canadian provinces have earned an invitation to Augusta National Golf Club to compete in the 6th annual Drive, Chip, and Putt National Finals to be played on Sunday, April 7th, 2019, prior to the start of the Masters Tournament. Conducted in partnership between the Masters Tournament, the PGA of America, and the USGA, the Drive, Chip, and Putt Championship is a free nationwide youth development program open to boys and girls ages 7 to 15 in 4 age categories. The 3-pronged competition tests the skills essential to playing the game, accuracy in driving, chipping, and putting. Results of 10 regional qualifiers, the third and final stage leading to the 2019 National Finals at Augusta National Golf Club, yielded 15 returning competitors, including impressive 4-time finalists Miga Gane, Treed Wang, and Vanessa Borovillos. Returning finalists are, and then you could read the article yourself to get all these names. Local qualifying for the 6th season began in May and was held at 290 sites throughout all 50 states this summer. The top 3 scorers per venue in each of the 4 age categories in separate boys and girls divisions advanced to 57 sub-regional qualifiers in July and August. 2 juniors in each age and gender division then competed at the regional level in September, held at some of the top courses in the country, including several U.S. Open and PGA Championship venues. The top finisher in each regional site's age gender divisions, a total of 80 finalists, earned a place in the national finals, which will be broadcast live on the Golf Channel. All local, sub-regional, and regional qualifiers were conducted by the 41 sections of the PGA of America, with PGA professionals providing support at each facility hosting a qualifier. There's some notes about the regional champions. For each skill, the point system is based in incremental distance measurements, rewarding accuracy and distance in the drive skill and proximity for chipping and putting skills. Difficulty increases with age. At the national finals, one champion will be named from each age gender division. Each finalist will be scored based on a 30-point system, offering the player with the best drive 10 points, the player with the closest cumulative chips 10 points, and the player with the nearest cumulative putts 10 points in each separate skill. The highest total composite score will then determine the winner. And then it goes on with the dates and where and who qualified for what and when. Drive, chip, and putt, along with PGA Junior League, has been influential in exploding junior golf all around the United States. And sticking with the amateurs, we are going to move on to the Augusta National Women's Amateur, the first of its kind at Augusta for the women. And a brief overview on the tournament. The Augusta National, and you could read this at anwagolf.com. The Augusta National's Women's Amateur was announced on Wednesday, April 4th, 2018 by Chairman Fred Ridley during his annual press conference at the Masters Tournament. The event was established to inspire greater interest and participation in the women's game by creating a new, exciting, and rewarding pathway for these players to fulfill their dreams. The format is an international field of 72 women amateurs will compete over 54 holes of stroke play. A cut will take place after 36 holes, advancing the leading 30 players to the final round at Augusta National Golf Club. In the event of a tie after 54 holes, the winner will be decided by a sudden death playoff. The schedule. The first 36 holes will be contested over 2 days on the Island and Bluff Nines at the Champion Retreat Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia. So the first two rounds will be played off-site at outside of the Masters. Those will take place on April 3rd and 4th of 2019. The entire field will then play Augusta National for an official practice round Friday, April 5th. The final round will take place at Augusta National on Saturday, April 6th, and will feature the top 30 competitors that made the cut. Qualifications for invitation include: invitations will be provided to the winners of the following recognized events: the U.S. Women's Amateur, the Ladies British Open Amateur, the Women's Amateur in the Asia Pacific, U.S. Girls Junior, the Girls British Open Amateur Championship, and the Girls Junior PGA Championship. Future champions of the Augusta National Women's Amateur Championship will also receive an invitation for the following 5 years. The top 30 players from the United States of America will be invited who are not otherwise qualified, based on the Women's World Amateur Golf Ranking at the end of the 2018 calendar year. After the previous qualifications, the next 30 highest ranked players not otherwise qualified will receive invitations as listed on the Women's World Amateur Golf Ranking at the end of the 2018 calendar year. Remaining positions will be filled by invitation of the Augusta National Women's Amateur Championship Committee. All players who qualified must retain their amateur status to compete in the Augusta National Women's Amateur. For the winner, provided she remain an amateur, the 2019 Augusta National Women's Amateur Champion will receive an invitation to the next 5 amateurs: the 2019 U.S. Women's Open, the 2019 Women's British Open, and any USGA, R&A, and PGA of America Amateur Championships for which she is eligible for 1 year. The television broadcast will be brought to you by NBC Sports, and they will produce broadcast 3 hours of live final round coverage at Augusta National from noon to 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That will be on April 6, 2019. NBC Sports will also provide pre-event promotion across NBC Universal portfolio, while Golf Channel will deliver highlights, live reports, and news coverage throughout the event, including on-site during the first 2 competitive rounds at Champions Retreat. Additionally, Golf Channel's Live from the Masters will commence on Friday, April 5th from Augusta National and wrap ANWA coverage on Saturday, April 6th, and the Drive, Chip and Putt National Finals on Sunday, April 7th. Presenting partners, the event will be sponsored by 5 presenting partners: AT&T, Bank of America, IBM, Mercedes-Benz, and Rolex. An outstanding tournament. I'm sure everybody who's participating in that, including all their family members, are really looking forward to playing. I know Champions Retreat, where the first 2 rounds are taking place, is a beautiful facility, and everybody will enjoy their time. And it's nice that even if you don't make the cut, you still get a chance to play at Augusta National the day before the field of 30 who do make the cut. So moving on to the LPGA, their first major of the year, the ANA Inspiration. This is an article from the LPGA website entitled "Korda and Rue Set Sights on Poppy's Pond." As you know, the winner of the championship jumps into the pond. It's been an annual tradition now, and everybody looks forward to it. Just make sure you lift your legs. This article is written by Ron Surak. You can find him on Twitter at Ron Surak. For nearly a decade, So-Yeon Ryu has been one of the top LPGA players, and for her last 10 tournaments, Nelly Korda has been the best player on tour. They make for a fascinating matchup this week at the ANA Inspiration. One is a past champion looking for more, and the other is a relative newcomer looking to validate recent success with her first major title. And both adore the history of Mission Hills. In a fun game within the game, Rue and Korda enter the ANA Inspiration tightly locked in the Rolex rankings. Rue is number 7, but her lead over number 8 Korda is only 0.02 points. That's just one of the reasons these 2 likable young stars would make for great watching in a Sunday shootout for the first major of the year. Since October, when she was 10th at the LPGA KEB Hana Bank Championship, Korda has been sizzling with 8 top 10 finishes in 10 starts, including 2 victories. In her first 5 events of 2019, including a win at the ISPS Hyundai Women's Australia Open, Nelly has dominated. She's 20th in driving distance, 30th in accuracy, 1st in greens in regulation, 8th in putts per GER, and 2nd in scoring. My goal is just to stay consistent, not to overreact when I hit bad shots, Korda said Wednesday at Mission Hills. That was my goal. That was a goal of mine this year. Take it shot by shot and really to stay calm. While her record in majors is a work in progress, at 20, Korda has played in only 14. She is getting her game legs in events. Her career best in a major is tied 10 in the 2018 U.S. Women's Open, and she was tied 13 at last year's ANA Inspiration. There is definitely more prep going into the major, she said. I have my coach David Whelan out here. So obviously there was a freak out this week. He's always behind me, just keeping me calm. Rue, 28, does everything with a calm grace. She burst on the scene with a victory over Hee Young-seo at the 2011 U.S. Women's Open, making a 6-foot birdie putt on the 72nd hole to force a playoff, then winning with a birdie on the 3rd extra hole. She's off to a slow start this year, missing the cut at last week's Kia Classic for only the 6th time in 171 career starts. after finishing tied 29th and tied 26th in Thailand and Singapore. I wasn't really happy with the last 3 tournaments, she said Wednesday. I think I really need to have back my confidence. I knew my swing wasn't really great in Asia. Then I just kept talking to myself like, you're not ready, instead of, you're going to be ready soon, you're going to be ready soon. That's a corner she's just turned. Right now I have a different mindset, she said. Like, no matter what, I know you're a great player, and just trust yourself and just enjoy this game and think about the one ball at a time instead of the whole picture. Rue is certainly comfortable with major pressure. In addition to that U.S. Women's Open, she won the ANA Inspiration in 2017, also in a playoff, that one with Lexi Thompson, and has 3 runner-up finishes and 4 third-place efforts in majors. This is her 10th ANA Inspiration, and she's made the cut every time. I always enjoyed to prepare for a major tournament with my coach Cameron McCormick, Rue said. One of the things I want to make sure with him, I want to have a lot of skills around the green. I think that's one of the main things to win a major. Make less bogeys and make lots of birdies. Rue's strength and consistency. She has hit lots of greens, 14th last year, and makes a lot of putts, 11 per putts in greens of regulation. Since 2012, she has never been out of the top 10 in scoring, the money list, or the Rolex rankings, and has won or finished second at least every year on tour, once every year on tour. There's also kindness to Rue that fans love. When she got her 6th career win last year at the Meyer LPGA Classic, she donated $100,000 to a charity that feeds the hungry. And the graceful way she handled the 2017 ANA Inspiration after the penalty on Lexi contributed to her win was noticed by all. She'd like to add her name to the wall of champions again, this time without the controversy. Grace Park, who won in 2004, was always my idol, Rue said. I watched on live TV like she was jumping into Poppy's pond. Since then, I always dream I'm jumping into Poppy's pond and see my name on the bridge, Rue says. Then dreams came true. Every time when I come here, I just feel so blessed and then so motivated to keep playing well. I look forward to having more of my name on the bridge. For Korda, a win would mean beating her older sister, Jessica, to the winner's circle in a major and get bragging rights in their friendly family rivalry. It's just a history jumping to Poppy's pond when you win, Nelly said. It's really cool. I've always, as a little girl, watched this tournament and always been so inspired by all the past winners. Like most at the ANA Inspiration, Rue and Korda are motivated by childhood images of Poppy's pond. It's a dip so young, wants to take again, and Nelly wants to make for the first time. Both are among the top contenders to be wrapped in a bathrobe in the fading light on Sunday evening, just like they saw back on TV when they were kids. Stay tuned this weekend for the ladies' first major, the ANA Inspiration. And then lastly, the men, they are in Texas, sticking around after the match play at the Austin Country Club. We now have the Valero Texas Open, the last PGA tournament before the Masters. This article you can find on PGAtour.com, written by Cameron Morfitt. Follow him on Twitter at CMorfittPGA The Valero Texas Open preview. Matt Kuchar, Ricky Fowler, and Jordan Spieth are among the stars in San Antonio for the Valero Texas Open, the 3rd oldest non-major on the schedule. TPC San Antonio's AT&T Oaks course features the 2nd toughest greens to hit on tour, after Riviera Country Club, and is usually one of the 15th hardest courses. The Valero is played the week before the Masters tournament for the first time since 2013. The Shell Houston Open used to be just before Augusta. But the 3,500-yard par 72 AT&T Oaks course will not be set up to mimic Augusta National. The second half of the race for the FedEx Cup starts now. Kuchar currently leads the standings, as the Valero kicks off a 10-year agreement that runs through 2028. And we scroll down the article, there are three main players to watch. Number one, as stated by Cameron, is Tony Finau. He played solid golf at the WGCA Dell Technologies match play, but got the weekend off to a failing. He took the weekend off after failing to advance out of the group stage. He tied for third at Valero in the 2017. Billy Horschel is the second player to look out for since 2013. He has the most top 5 finishes at Valero with 3 without a win. And number third is Smooth Jimmy Walker, 6-time PGA Tour winner, including the 2015 Valero, a local resident. Walker has made 7 cuts in 10 starts, but is still looking for his top 25 finish this season. The flyover of the course, like the rest of the TPC San Antonio AT&T Oaks course, the 591-yard par 5 18th hole is no pushover. It plays long and uphill. A left to right tee shot is best. Second shots must avoid the creek, which bisects the fairway and runs in front of the green and bunkers right. The green is split into 3 levels protected by 3 bunkers. The opening hole at the AT&T course, which is a 454-yard on the card, but is played between 409 and 435 yards last year. It's also the hardest. It was the hardest at the Valero in 2018 with a stroke average of 4.296. The tee shot plays slightly downhill into a prevailing wind. Aim down the left of the fairway to leave the best angle with a top to medium long iron approach. Long to medium iron approach. Second shots must avoid the cavernous bunker that eats anything that misses left. The collection area to the right of the green is far preferable. And it just goes into details on where everybody scored the best and where the pin locations were throughout the week. From a weather check from on-site meteorologist Willis Young, scattered showers will continue into overnight hours and possibly through 8 a.m. Thursday before departing to the east. Dry weather will prevail Thursday and Friday with much warmer temperatures. A stronger system will bring rain and storms to the area Friday night and Saturday, with improving conditions on Sunday. Then it goes on to list the highs and lows with the amount of wind for each day. Here's a little quote from Graham McDowell after winning the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship. The last couple years missing out on the top 125, it's a real reality check. And you're starting to see more and more of Graham McDowell as he gets his game back into form. Let's go into some more notes with Ricky Fowler breaking new ground. Ricky Fowler, who likes to play the week before a major, is scheduled to make his first ever start at the Valero Texas Open. Definitely looking forward to it, he said. It's my 10th year on tour, and it's not often your first time being somewhere. The only time he's ever been to San Antonio, he said, was to visit his friend Jimmy Walker. Fowler and his fiancée were scheduled to dine at the Walker's house on Tuesday night. A little bit more on Im. Im is on a roll, although he has not yet won on tour, and 3 fellow rookies have. Sungjae Im, last year's Web.com Tour Player of the Year, is coming off a tied for 7th at the Corrales Punta Cana Resort and Club Championship. His third top finish in his last 4 starts. Lucas Bjerregaard, who beat Tiger Woods on the way to the WGC Dell Technologies Match Play semifinals, rolls into San Antonio with a lot to play for. He came into Austin last week with 95 non-member FedEx Cup points. He was tied for 12th at the Honda, and he earned 140 more with his final 4 run. He finished solo 4th in the match play, and he needs just 31 points to equal number 150 from last year's FedEx Cup point list. That would give Bjerregaard special temporary membership for the rest of the season. That is all we have for golf news around the world. I thank you for tuning in to the In the Hole podcast sponsored by Club Champion Golf and 30-second golf lessons. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. I'm Jeff Zurowitz, PGA, reminding you to always get better.